Yo guys, I'm Aniket Chauhan and I've created this channel because I want you to share my knowledge too with you guys. Okay, so what this channel is all about? This channel is about computer science. We are going to build stuff together. I'm not going to teach you here anything like uh, HTML from scratch or C language, C++ from scratch. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna teach you anything. But what we are going to do here is we are going to create, develop, build, or discuss things. Okay, we are going to create our own gaming engine. We are going to create effects like this, maybe, and some creative UI designing front end using Angular or maybe some other framework or maybe using vanilla JavaScript. I don't know. There is so much things to do in computer science. Maybe, and we are also going to do physics, mathematics, creating simulations for natural things, creative coding, generating art using programming, coding. There's so many things, processing. So that's it for the intro. Let's hop on to our first video of the day. You guys probably remember this effect from Windows 10. Yeah. So I have recreated this effect using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Maybe um, just wait a minute. Okay. So I have created this effect in JavaScript using JavaScript. Okay, and this is the color palette I choose. So let's get started, dude. Okay, so let's just we have created our layout, and I am using grid for layout stuff. So if you guys wanna learn grid, then I would suggest you to go for okay, so I will in description I will give you the link to learn grid. So from which channel or from which I will give you the resource from where you can learn the grid layout very efficiently or maybe in very less time. Okay, so don't worry about that, and you can also use flexbox if you want. The main point of of creating this video is to show you that how we can create that border reflection effect. We are not here to learn to how to create layout, complex layouts and stuff like that. So okay, let's focus on that. Focus on the reflective part. So that how we can figure out the way so we can create that reflective border effect. Okay, so we are done with our layout part. So okay, so there were some yeah, a little bit. So let's add icons too. Okay, I'm gonna use font awesome for that. You can use your own icons or like that. I'm trying to complete this video as fast as I can, so that's why I'm using font awesome, and it's very good. Font awesome. Okay, so I am using Flexbox here to centralize everything in this. Flexbox is also good. If you don't know how to work with grid, you can also choose to work with Flexbox. I personally prefer Flexboxes because most of the layouts I create with Flexbox. But nowadays, grid. If you learn grid, if you learn grid, if you give time to grid and practice grid, then you really would improve your performance in creating layout because grid is really fast. So so there it goes. And let me add other icons too. So we are done with our layout approximately. So let me add other icons and okay guys, so now let's add the hover effect for these columns. Okay, so what I am going to do to add the hover effect on this column. So I'm gonna create an outer column for them. Okay, so I'm gonna call them outer column. Uh, col.outer. First, I'm gonna create it for the first column. Then we're gonna apply it to all other columns. Okay. So as you can see that a layout has been it affected the layout, so we are going to solve that first. So what we are going to do is, okay, so with 100% right, okay, so we have fixed the, but now we have to, what we have to do is 4 pixel, 4 pixel. What we are doing here is that we are decreasing 4 pixels from height and width on both sides, so the outer column act as the border. So okay, so the outer column is acting as a border. Okay, so let me show it here. Outer background color red, and display flags sent. Okay, so now you can see here that that outer column is acting as a border. So let's create the next part. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create a pseudo element, and in that pseudo element what I'm gonna do is okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the border in the pseudo element. So I will explain it to you later. Let me first. Got our the border reflect. Now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna omit the background color, and I'm gonna make the background color same as the inner column color. I mean, like the outer column background color same as the inner column inner column background color. And okay, so we are going to adjust the background color of the border. I'm gonna waste my lot of time here, so let's fast forward it. Okay, so now, the major part of this uh, this video is that this effect is that we are going to uh, make it dynamic using JavaScript. So let me create my file. JavaScript. Okay guys, so what I'm basically doing here is that I am calculating the x and y position of the cursor, and then I'm gonna adjust the x and y position, mean the position of the pseudo element which I have created for the border effect using JavaScript, and how I'm adjusting the position of that element using uh, using these set property. I am controlling the variables of CSS variables using JavaScript using the set property. As you can see here that hyphen hyphen mouse x for x position, and hyphen hyphen mouse y for the y position of the element, for the of the pseudo element which I am using for border. Okay, so I hope that you understand that. As you guys can see here that we have got our desired effect, so let's make some adjustment. You can adjust these as per your requirements, so I'm gonna fast forward the video. Okay guys, so right now effect is only applied to the first element of this grid layout. Let's apply it to all of the elements. And one more thing. Okay, so if you guys don't understand that what is happening here, so don't worry guys, because I'm also gonna write a blog about that, in which I'm gonna explain the whole mathematics and calculations which I'm performing here, that how things are happening here. So I'm gonna explain all that in detail uh, in our blog. Okay, so don't worry about that. Guys, what I'm trying to do here is that I'm telling the CSS to make the border element visible only when we are hovering over the wrapper element, not the individual grid item, but the wrapper element. Because we have attached the event listener in JavaScript to wrapper element, and why we have done that, because we also want the neighboring element, the up and down, the neighboring element to reflect its border, and we have done the calculation according to that effect. Okay, so if you want the effect to be only on the singular element, then uh, you can proceed the video, because I have also mentioned for the singular item that how we can achieve the border effect only on the singular item, not on the neighboring elements. But I personally like the effect with the neighboring elements. So that's it. That's it for the video guys. By just adjusting some color and changing the background image, you can get your desired effect, or you can make it more beautiful. And see you in the next video. That's it. But if you also want to know that how to apply the effect only on the individual boxes or individual grid items, not the neighboring elements, then you can continue watching it. Otherwise, you can stop watching the video right here. Okay, see you in the next video. Have a nice day. For the next effect to work properly, we have to attach the event listener to the individual grid items, not the wrapper element. And in CSS, uh, uh, we have to apply the hover effect on the grid items, not on the wrapper element. And pointer events done for the icon elements, so they don't interrupt the mouse move event.